What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Gameday with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey, and today we're going to talk about this NBA playoff round 1, game 5 matchup between the Philadelphia 76ers and the New York Knicks. All right, so this game will be played at 7 p.m. East Coast time. Over-under is at 204. Line did open up at New York minus 3.5. The line has since moved to over under 203.5 and New York minus 4. All right, so let's get a little bit into this matchup, you guys. All right, so in the last meeting on the 28th, the Knicks won 97-92. Okay, Jalen Brunson did his thing as the babyface gangster, aka Lucky Luciano, aka Al Capone, whatever you want to call him, man. The man smooth and slick and can't be touched out there the way he come out there, man. His persona is why I give him these monikers. It's not because of the fact that he's like the best player and he's the most gangster and all that stuff there. No, the persona that he portrays on the court with the lack of the lack of satisfactory or satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? His lack of satisfaction throughout the whole game totally puts off a Lucky Luciano, Beanie Siegel, New York gangster type deal, man. And I love that about Jalen Brunson. All right, and that's why Brunson's effort guided the New York Knicks to a 97-92 victory at Philadelphia and a 3-1 lead in the best-of-7 series in the Eastern Conference Playoff Series. The result took place much to the delight of a vocal gathering of New York Knicks fans in the 76ers home building, resulting in the Philadelphia 76ers, Joel Embiid kind of being pissed off about that, you know what I mean? And if the Knicks can make things difficult again for Embiid and the rest of the 76ers, they can close out the series at home Tuesday at Game 5. Now, look, you guys, I'm just going to let you know straight up front right now, okay? Joel Embiid is compromised. If you did not know that, he is severely compromised. And without Joel Embiid, they cannot do this. But at the same time, Jalen Brunson, he is an individual who is out for blood right now. He don't care who you are, what you do, this and that and the third. And when he come cold-blooded like a 1920s gangster. All right, so you cannot default the fact that the man represents the city of New York to the utmost ability. You got to salute Jalen Brunson, not to mention the fact that he is actually the greatest New York Knick of all time. And I'm only saying that because of the fact that he puts up the numbers he puts up with actually no one around him, man. Like he is that dude, and this is no disrespect to Walt Frazier and Reed and all them there. No, man, them people ain't won a championship in over 40 plus years. That's why the city of New York is hungry, and that's why Jalen is here to try to save the day. So the result that took place, if the Knicks can make things difficult again for Embiid, the rest of the 76ers, they can close out of the series, and it'll be over after this Game 5. The Knicks are hoping to avoid a return trip to Philadelphia on Thursday night after they took Game 4 by rallying in a 12-point deficit. Rallying back from a 12-point deficit in the first half. Now, I watched this game personally, man. The way the New York Knicks come out there and play defense, they actually play 90s defense, 80s defense, early 2000s defense. It's monkey D, man. There's no way possible you are going to score on that, especially when you got a injured Joel Embiid. That's just what I saw in that game. Now, yes, Joel's going to get off at the free throw line because he's going to draw fouls like no other. He's going to draw fouls like James Harden was drawing fouls a few years ago. But at the end of the day, we talking about a player who, even if he controls the game from the free throw line, he's still allowing for too much opportunity and too many points for Jalen Brunson, man. Okay? Now, Embiid's averaging 35 points per game in the first 4 games, his most in any playoff series, but faltered down to the stretch Sunday. He scored 50 points in Philadelphia on Game 3 on Thursday, but only one of his 27 points in Game 4 occurred in the fourth quarter. when the center shot 0 for 5 and Sixers were dreadful as of 6 for 24, 25% from the floor, man. That's 25% from the floor. When you're talking about 39 points and New York Knicks 11-point loss in Game 3 from Jalen Brunson. Then he broke the New York Knicks playoff record held by Bernard King in a first-round game against Detroit in 1984. Brunson made 18 of 34 shots, 52.9%, and is much improved 31 and 61, 50.8% in the past 2 games. Now, Embiid says, I love our fans, but it's unfortunate. I'm not calling them out, but it's disappointing. All right. And Embiid mostly defended OG Anunoby, while Akua saw time defending him because Isaiah Hartenstein had gotten in foul trouble. Embiid's rough fourth quarter occurred while the Knicks did just enough to win, man. So where we at right now? What am I saying? How do I feel about this? Well, when you look at the injury report and you just try to come to an understanding of what's actually going on out here, we all know that center Joel Embiid is he's questionable. Okay, he's managing a left knee injury. We saw him take the ankle injury. We saw him he's just possibility that this young man has just got bad genetics, like I said before, and there's no helping him right now. Well, some stem cell therapy or something like that. And then New York Knicks. Mitchell Robinson, questionable. He's dealing with left ankle sprain and is uncertain if he'll participate in Game 5 in the Eastern Conference first round game versus the 76ers. You got Jericho Sims probable and Jalen Brunson is probable. Now remember, Brunson is hampered by a right knee contusion, but it is predicted that he will face off against the 76ers in Game 5 in the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's because he's cold-blooded gangster. While Bogdanovich, he's out. He's nursing a left foot contusion. And Julius Randle, we know what it is with him, guys. All right? So when you're looking at these two teams and how they actually have been matching up on the court, all right, you're looking at a New York team, okay, that on the season is ranked. Where are we at here, guys? New York team that on the season is ranked number 4 defense in the NBA versus Philly's number 15 offense in the NBA. And then you got New York number 19 offense in the NBA versus Philly's number 9 defense in the NBA. So on that side right there, it's New York is 112.5 points per game versus Philly 111.2. In the inverse, Philly scores 114.1 and New York gives up 108.1, guys. All right, so as we always speak on, when you look quarterly, the Knicks, they do what they're supposed to do every quarter. All right, the biggest opportunity for Philadelphia, or for the Knicks actually for that part, would be the third quarter, because even though Philly has second-ranked defense and New York has number 7 ranked offense, it still leaves an opportunity for the Knicks with the number 5 defense and Philly having the number 28th ranked offense, which is only scoring 28.2 points per game, guys. All right, so when we get to the next portion of what actually needs to be discussed in this series, you're talking about two teams in the last 10 games have come out, okay, with the New York Knicks running this series. New York Knicks run this series. Let's see. Hold up. New York Knicks run this series, guys. 7-3 straight up. 6-4 against the spread and 3-7. 3 to the over, 7 to the under in the last 10. Remember, they've played 8 times this year and it's been 4-4 straight up. Like, that's what it is. And it's been 4-4 against the spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. 5-3 against the spread in New York's favor. All right, it doesn't matter if they're home or away. Each team has actually won at the opposite arena. Okay, against the spread, it's 6-4. New York in the last 10, and it's 3 to the over, 7 to the under in the last 10. Now, when you look at how these two teams came into the playoffs playing, Philly is 7-3 straight up, 7-3 against the spread, and 6 to the over, 4 to the under. Whereas when you look at the Knicks, they're 8-2 straight up, 5-5 against the spread, and 7 to the over, 3 to the under. So it's plenty of opportunity right here if you're looking for certain plays at certain times, and you can kind of read the numbers, guys. Or if you just listen to what I'm trying to tell you right now, because I do give you deadbolt locks. If you pay attention to what I post over here in the corner, in the beginning of the video, it's the locks that I put in the previous day, and I am going to start putting my picks on X for you guys, so that you guys can like, subscribe, and find out what's going on. Try to hit some money and make a little money at the same time. All right, so in the stat splits for the last 3 games, Philadelphia is averaging 106 points per game, giving up 105 points per game, whereas it's an inverse. New York's only averaging 105, giving up 106. But when you look on the road, Philadelphia averages 113.2 points per game, gives up 112.3. That comes out to 225.5 points per game. Then when you look at home, New York averages 111 points per game, gives up 105.1. That comes out at 116.1. The over-under set at 203, you guys. So explain to me why it's 106 plus 105, which gives you 211. Besides the fact that we know these two teams are going to come out and play defense. But remember what I just told you a second ago. Okay? When you're looking at the trends for the teams, in the last 10 games that New York Knicks have played, it's been 7 to the over, 3 to the under, with only an under in the game 1 or game 2 versus Philadelphia, and then an under in the last game, which happened to be the games that won. All right? And then when you look at Philly in their last 10, 6-4 to 6 to the over, 4 to the under, 7-3 against the spread, and they have literally been struggling the same way I just previously mentioned, with an under for the prior game, an over, and then an under. All right, and then the 8 times that they did play New York, guys, it did go 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 8-2. I'm sorry, 6-2 as far as over to the over and to the under. So 6 to the over, 2 to the under in the last 8 games involving these two teams as they're playing out there on the court. All right. So where we at right now? What do we think? How do we feel about this series? How do we feel about this game? All right, so we know what the Knicks have been doing. They've been playing Monkey D. Jalen Brunson has been coming out doing his thing in the last 3 games. The Philadelphia 76ers are averaging 106.5 points per game, whereas the New York Knicks are averaging 105 points per game and only giving up that 106 that we just got done talking about. So my lean for this game would have to come after I'm about to tell you these last couple stats, man. Okay, and these last couple stats go as follows, right? So, hold on. Where we at? Let's go right here. Boom. Come right here. All right, so you guys, my lean for the game on this specific series right now, or this specific game which is the first one, the New York Knicks versus Philadelphia 76ers, I'm not going to lie. I'm honestly feeling like the points could be good, but with Joel Embiid continuously playing more and more minutes, I honestly don't think that the longer this series goes, the worse it gets for Joel Embiid, because of the fact of how injury prone he is. So I could definitely see myself taking the Knicks minus the 4.5. I do like the under in this game. If you like it, let me know what you think in the comments. But that's where I'm at right now as far as these two teams are concerned. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. And I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Peace.